Bishop Stang looking to win their fourth game in a row, but it's going to be a challenge for them because they'll be welcoming EAC rival Bishop Feehan to Spartan Village. That'll be Friday at 7 o'clock, and it's never an easy game going up against Bishop Feehan.
When I first came to the paper, I don't even know, 6 or 7 years ago, it seemed like Bishop Stang never really had a shot against Bishop Feehan in most of the football matchups. And then last year, the Spartans ended up going to Bishop Feehan and winning on the road, and it was 14-7, and it was a huge game for Bishop Stang, and ended up giving them a chance to compete with Somerset Berkeley for the conference title a week or two later. Similar situation this year. With the last the four game winning streak, the last two games that Bishop Stang has won have been conference games. So they go into this matchup 2-0 in the EAC. Somerset Berkeley is the only other undefeated team in the EAC. So if Bishop Stang can win this week against Bishop Feehan, they'll go into next week's game against Somerset Berkeley as the two undefeated conference teams, and it'll pretty much put them in competition for the title. So it's a similar situation to last year. This year they're at home, so they have that advantage. And really, they're playing, great football. It seems like so far ago was that Dartmouth loss that was just so disappointing. I was at that game, and it was definitely a tough defeat. But they had the bye week, and since that bye week, they've won 3 in a row. And
like a healthy Matt Golden makes a difference.
Yeah, healthy Matt Golden, moving Mike Mello out to wide receiver, that's made a huge difference. I know he's come up pretty strong the last few weeks and he caught a touchdown pass. And just having different options, like this past week, Matt Golden was once again impressive. He had 2 rushing touchdowns and he threw for another score. So he's able to do a few different things on offense that maybe, Mike Mello wasn't able to do, because I think, they're run first, but Matt Golden's he's developing a pretty strong arm so that he's able to pass and kind of keep defenses a little bit honest in that game. And Bishop Feehan is coming off a loss to Somerset Berkeley, 36-8 last week. And the Shamrocks have been held to 8 points or less 3 times this season, which isn't typical for a Bishop Feehan team. And they've also had shutout losses to Attleboro and North Attleboro. So there's been times where they haven't been able to put any points on the board. And if you look at Stang's defense, they're playing pretty well. I know they gave up a Hail Mary last week against Coyle. I think it was at the end of the first half. And, Buddy Thomas was at that game, and he said, it was just, the game was great, but, that kind of hurts when you give up a Hail Mary. It didn't really, affect the outcome of the game, but it kind of hurts makes the defense feel bad.
Sure, but at the same time, it's a Hail Mary.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
It's one of those up for grabs type of plays. So.
Yeah, and Bishop Feehan's 2 wins in the conference have come against Coyle Cassidy and Martha's Vineyard. And those are the 2 teams so far that, Stang's beaten. So we'll see, if the Spartans can make it, 4 in a row overall, 3 in a row in the EAC. And if they do end up beating Bishop Feehan, we'll be talking next week about, the showdown for the EAC championship with Somerset Berkeley. So.
All right, so that will be Friday night at 7, Bishop Feehan at Bishop Stang. You can follow along on Twitter at SC_varsity, or you can talk about the game using the hashtag SCVfootball.